What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction video, and we are back with one of our favorite guys to get to react to, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, none other than Jaishankar, schooling Western journalists on bad manners. I love watching him school these Western journalists because these Western journalists do be rude. They do be asking some stuff that's very hypocritical. They're just out of line. And if you out of line, Jaishankar gonna put you right back in your place. But before we dive in, if you would like to support the channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is hit that join button below and you'll receive exclusive benefits that I know you guys will enjoy. But without further ado, let's dive into this one.
Surely now you're not expecting bad manners on my side. If I'm complaining others do not follow the right etiquette, I think it's important at least I set an example.
Preach.
So the best answer I can give you is not to answer that question.
Recently, in the related book published in Japan, these books talk about under Mr. Modi, democracy makes drawbacks, and rather India prefers the relationship with Russia or China sharing value with them. Do you have any rebuttal to such points expressed in the recently published books? The floor is yours, sir.
Okay. Look, we've been a victim of a very intensive and sustained campaign about democracy. Now, we just had our elections some weeks ago. While our elections were going on, people attacked. They said the election won't be fair. They said the election machines, the voting machine won't be okay. They said, we don't know what the results are going to be. Now, you look actually at what happened. So, I put it to you that, for me, it's very disturbing to see when the institutions and practices of a democracy are targeted by vested interests.
And I do agree with them. It's annoying. I can't stand when people say, like, just because I guess someone doesn't win that they want to win, or someone that they think should win doesn't win, it was rigged, it wasn't right, it wasn't fair. None of it's annoying. And I'm not talking about India, but we had that problem here in America where elections were rigged and so many people believed it. And at some point it may have been. I'm not sure. But you're not sure that it was rigged. So for you to make that complaint just because your person didn't win, I think is just kind of dumb. And then for people to attack India's democracy, for people to attack Modi, I understand you can't please everyone. That's just a given. It's a given as a leader. You're not going to be able to please everyone. But I look at the growth. I look at the development of India under Modi's leadership, and you can't help but be impressed. You can't help but say he's doing an absolutely incredible job in that country. And so for, I guess, people outside of that country to look in and say they're having democracy drawbacks, or they're nitpicking at India, trying to create any type of narrative that will stick. And a lot of it's coming from outside of India. And it's like, no, and I think it's because they do see India doing so well, and they're trying to, I guess, give India a bad narrative, give India a bad reputation in some way, form, or fashion. And it's annoying because it's like, no, look at what's going on in India. Look at the economy growth. Look at the military growth. Look at the infrastructure. Look at all of these things. And you can't sit here and tell me to my face that Modi's a bad leader. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You can't sit here and attack their democracy. It's the largest democracy in the world, and they do things by the book. It just doesn't make sense. But I'll let Jaishankar continue.
And practices of a democracy are targeted by vested interests. And if those vested interests come from another democracy, then it's actually very disturbing. I mean, tomorrow surely Japanese would not like other countries to start commenting on Japanese politics, Japanese voting, Japanese way of decision making, what did you do right, what did you do wrong. So I think countries need to respect each other. I think democracies need to respect each other even more.
Agreed.
Thank you very much. This is Alice French from Nikkei Asia. I know that you just mentioned respecting other countries and not commenting on other democracies, but the US does, of course, have a major election coming up this November. I'm wondering how India views its relationship with the US, particularly in the case of potential victory for the Republicans, and whether or not you had any discussions with Secretary of State Blinken today about the future of your relationship were that to happen. Thank you.
On the question about what is happening in American politics, look, if I have just said that I don't think it's really appropriate for people in one democracy to comment, especially with an agenda on the workings of another democracy, surely now you're not expecting bad manners on my side.
Right.
If I'm complaining others do not follow the right etiquette, I think it's important at least I set an example. So the best answer I can give you is not to answer that question.
I love that. I absolutely love that answer, Jaishankar. He's like, you just heard me go on my spiel about how democracies shouldn't comment on how other democracies work. You just heard me say all of that, and then you asked this question right after. So I'm not even going to give your question an answer. Because if I just said all that, I have to be the one to set the example. And so I'm not going to comment on what's happening in U.S. politics and what's happening over who's going to be the next president. That's not my place to comment on. He's saying they work how they work. We work how we work. We won't comment on the U.S. We won't comment on Japanese elections. We won't comment on, right, the politics and democracies of other nations. What do you say? Other countries need to respect each other, and other democracies need to respect each other even more. And I 100% agree with that. Like I said, I every time I watch Jaishankar, I think he's just an incredible person. I think he's an incredible human being. But every time he answers these questions so perfectly, and I'm just sitting here and like, oh, dude, there's no way I could have put that answer into words. There's no way I could do what you do. But I guess that's why he's in the position that he's in. But let me know how you in the comment section how you guys feel. Do you guys agree with Jaishankar that democracies, especially with vested interest, shouldn't be commenting on other countries' democracies, on how other countries work, the voting systems, everything such as that? Or do you disagree with that statement? I don't know. It's however you feel. So drop it in that comment section. If you guys enjoyed that, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up, and then check out that next one. I'll see you guys there.